back during the time that I call him the maintenance man now, that called me, and that was 2 years after Anderson had closed. About the end of 72 or first of 73, he called my house and told me, Miss Duffie, this is, and for the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he called and he said, they are having me to burn these trophies. And I said, what? He said, you know, the trophies that were in the cases and things, say they told me to go ahead and burn them. They in the room and they got me burned. And I said, burning them? And he said, yeah. I said, don't touch another one. I'm going to come out there. So I got in my car and I drove out there. He opened up, there's a room about this size. And all the memorabilia, all the stuff that was at Doris Miller that I had gathered up was in that room. Okay, so just luckily, and I told him, I said, don't touch anything else because I'm going to the board. He said, I will not, because he knew me because I was out there all the time. So I went before the school board and I said, listen, and I explained to them that they had this man burning those trophies. I say that is not right, and the thing about it is we didn't ask for our school to be closed. We were forced to close it. You all agreed to it. Of course, HEW actually was the one that said the school had to close. I have to give the school board credit. They kept it open for 2 years because in '69 HEW wanted it closed. So we kept talking because I knew about it. We knew about it, the PTA and that sort of thing. So I told them, I say, it is not right to do that. I say, so we didn't ask. So I think you all need to provide a place for those trophies. I said, we sold a lot of pickles and popcorn and stuff as parents, and we need a place for that. So they then told me that they would build a room. I asked them to build a room onto Doris Miller. Prior to that, I went out there and talked to the supervisor, who was Catherine Lampkin. She thought it was a great idea, and so did we. AISD added that room on to Doris Miller to the tune of $35,000. That was pretty good back then. And they paid to have those trophies stored until that room was built. But I had to go. Mayflower wanted those trophies measured. They wanted them boxed. They bought boxes out there and left them. I had to measure every one of those trophies, box them up, and call. It took me several days by myself. Now, they stored them until the room was ready and the cases were in there. They put all of that in there. And then Mayflower delivered them, and I had to unpack them. Okay. But they did pay for a guy to come and help to place them in the trophies, in the cases, trophy cases. So that's how it came about, because Doris Miller was the only centrally located place for those kids that earned those trophies and their children and grandchildren to come. Where else could they have gone? We didn't have a museum at the time. We didn't have a museum. But that's where everybody went, was to Doris Miller. And then after a few years, several people mentioned, why don't you go to the museum? You know, because this is where they belong. You know what I mean? And we didn't have this back then. So that's why they were Doris Miller.